offense back last night, but a powerful performance from Ross Detweiler set up the shutout win against the Phillies. Today, the Marlins arrive without some familiar faces. Let's play 2. John Lennon Game 1 and Gio in the nightcap, all on NASN HD.
Washington Nationals baseball. Washington Nationals baseball.
So we're going to play a couple today. First one starting in just a couple of minutes. The Marlins and the Nats. Ryan Zimmerman is hot. What a great July. Hopefully the back's okay. And Jose Reyes has a 20-game hitting streak right now. He's the number 3 batter for the Marlins since Hanley Ramirez has departed. Bob and FP, big news today. John Lannon's back in town to pitch Game 1, and Kurt Suzuki is coming to town, a really good-looking catcher tomorrow.
Yeah, great move by Mike Rizzo. And covered the A's in 2009, was around Kurt Suzuki every day. At that time, one of the most underrated players in the American League, I thought. A catch-and-throw guy, a character guy in the clubhouse. He's going to add a lot of energy to this ball club. He'll give you a good at-bat. Perfect fit for this team right now. Kurt Suzuki is a great catcher and a guy that's going to really help this ball club. All
right, so the Nats make a corresponding move. Carlos Maldonado designated for assignment. They don't have to make a 25-man move until tomorrow when he reports. John Lennon, the extra man. Today he comes back for another doubleheader, and he was unbelievable after a shaky start against Atlanta, a game the Nats needed desperately.
Yeah, kind of turned the whole vibe around the club. You remember they lost that tough game on Friday night, lost the first game of the doubleheader on Saturday. John Lennon comes up for one start, gives up 2 runs in the first inning, then crickets the rest of the game. Turned the club around, smiles everywhere after the ball game. So double dip Johnny trying to do it again today.
Yeah, he has a perfect winning percentage at the major league level. Threw in Syracuse on Sunday, told me he felt good, and there's his line against the Braves. And the way the Nats defense is playing, pitchers know they don't have to be perfect. It might be a runner thrown out at home. It might be Zimmerman robbing somebody. It might be the middle infielders. Everybody getting it done, and it's helping the pitching staff immensely. Nats, 5th in the National League in team defense this year. Brought to you by Jeep. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. Well, it's going to be a warm one for the 4 o'clock game, first of a doubleheader. Several thousand of our closest friends are here, and in these doubleheaders, the crowd will just build and build until the evening arrives. 93 degrees for the start of game 1. Humidity's down. That's the good news. Visit Trane.com for an independent Trane comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. The Marlins lineup is, well, dramatically different. They got Carlos Lee from Houston. They've tried to sell him on the market last couple of days. That hasn't happened. He's hitting .300 for Miami in 24 games. The former Nat Kern sits right behind him, and of course Jose Reyes is no longer a leadoff man. Hanley Ramirez gone. They've got him in the number 3 spot. John Lannon, career 2-5 in 10 starts against the Marlins with a 5.10 ERA, but FP, they're not the ball club against right-handed pitching they recently were.
Yeah, with Ruggiano out and obviously Giancarlo Stanton not in there, 2 big right-handed hitters, but John Lannon last time out at the big league level was game 2 of that doubleheader on July 21st. Gave up 2 runs, both in the first inning on 5 hits over 7 innings of work. Struck out 3, walked 2 through 98 pitches, 68 for strikes. So fastball, slider, curveball change is what the Marlins will see from John Lannon. Time for a Mazda defensive alignment. More Worth DeRosa in the outfield. Espinosa Zimmerman on the left side. Lombardozzi LaRoche on the right side. And Jesus Flores doing the catch. And Mazda, engineered for the few who care about what they drive and the way it makes them feel. Because if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building.
Underway at 4:06, John Lannon misses way to the former Nat, Emilio Bonifacio, who's sitting .267, .222 from the right side. He'll show bunt, and he can beat out a bunt even if you're charging from one of the corners. Lance Barksdale has the plate today with Tony Basner, Mike Michelinski at first and second, and the crew chief, Fieldman Culbreth, is at third. Lance Barksdale is a 9-year veteran. And Fieldman Culbreth, the crew chief, in his 16th year. So John Lannon, 2 balls and a strike to Bonifacio, who is 7 for 19 career against him. And if that's fair, that's trouble. Little slicer, right field line, and it gets well off to the right side. And Bonifacio in a bit of a tailspin now. Longtime Nationals farmhand. Made it to the big leagues with Alberto Gonzalez about 4 years ago. And here's a 2-2 pitch. On a play to the right side. Only game in baseball, this one, until about 7:05 tonight. Marlins are 48-57. On the road, they're 21-30. So all 9 games under 500 are away from their new ballpark. 14.5 behind the Nats. And Lannon throws a breaking ball. There was an offer, but no swing, says Tony Basner down at first base.
A curveball from Lannon right here, trying to get Bonifacio to chase it down in the dirt. Did he go? Looked like it.
Bonifacio once traded to Washington for John Rauch, originally signed by Arizona. Hitting well on 3-2 counts this year, and that's not a good thing to do, is to walk that speedster. Bonifacio, 29 stolen bases. He's 1 behind D. Gordon of the Dodgers for the league lead. And that's in 32 attempts. That'll bring in Donovan Solano. And of course, he is Jonathan's brother. And they've got Solano in left field today, hitting .289.
Well, Ross Detweiler was so good last night and everything he did, but I think one thing that kind of went under the radar is the job he did holding opposing runners at first base. Varying his rhythm, varying his tempo, throwing over on his own at times. Controlled the running game very well.
Bonifacio with a good lead. He offered, he was leaning, and then the Nats called a pitch out.
That might be the first pitch out I've seen this year.
The Marlins with Bonifacio and Reyes, 110 steals, the most in the National League.
A great shot of Randy Knorr right there with a little giggle, a little smile on his face. I think that's the first time he's pulled the trigger on a pitch out that I can remember. He must have said something like 0 for 1. Pretty good pitch right here from Lannon. Little change up down and away. Two-seam fastball maybe, 89 miles an hour. The changeup is 87 from Lannon, and the fastball is 90 on average, so sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between the two.
Well, John Lannon, a ground ball artist, 26 double play balls last year. And he did allow 6 stolen bases in 10 attempts last year, but for an entire season, 10, of course, a very low number. 1-1 the count. Bonifacio out to his big lead. He's holding, and that's outside, 2-1.
Lannon doing a nice job of being very quick to the plate. Hard to steal on that unless you guess and go.
And a ball that is trouble out to right center. On a hop, Mark DeRosa takes it. Bonifacio stops at second. And the Marlins have 2 on, nobody out, with the hottest hitter in baseball stepping in, Jose Reyes.
Solano with the base hit, the first one of the day for the Marlins. 89 miles an hour, down and away, just stays on it. Might have fooled DeRosa a little bit, kind of went back at first, then came in for it, but that's dropping either way. Interesting to see if the 3-hole version of Jose Reyes decides to bunt right here with runners on first and second, nobody out.
And he will, and he's going to bunt for a base hit. There is nowhere to throw, nowhere to go. Zimmerman on the charge, and just like that, Miami loads the bases with nobody out for Carlos Lee.
Well, that'll continue his hit streak. 21 games and counting for Jose Reyes, hitting .357 in the 3-hole this year. 10 for 28 before that at bat, so make it 11 for 29 after the base hit bunt.
And the thing about Carlos Lee, he can hit for power, he can hit for average, and he's not an easy guy to strike out.
But if you can get him on the ground, he is definitely a double play candidate.
Carlos Lee this year has struck out 27 times in 338 at bats. And John is falling behind. He's having a hard time getting the fastball into the zone, keeps missing away. Lee has grounded into 8 double plays this year. John had 13 ground ball outs in that game against the Braves. And that ball is rifled to short. Should be 2. Plenty of time, even with the bobble. Espinosa, Lombardozzi turn a 6-4-3. Florida, Miami actually gets a run, and that's okay with the Nats.
Yeah, trade 2 for 1 anytime right there. Little 6-4-3 double play was hit so hard that even though Espinosa bobbled it, Lombardozzi had plenty of time to turn it. Good pitch right there from Lannon to get 2 outs. He'll gladly give up 1 run to get a double play right there. So a guy with a lot of success throughout his career with the bases loaded hits into a little 6-4-3 double play.
Runner at third, 2 outs now, and here's the former Nat, Austin Kearns, who's hitting .247 for the Fish. 4 homers and 13 RBIs. Not a lot of at-bats, only 97 of them in 48 games so far, but they're going to need some power in this lineup, and he should get some playing time now. Giancarlo Stanton in Jupiter, Florida, hit an opposite field home run last night in his first rehab start. He'll play a couple of more games there. They're going to send him up to Jacksonville later in the week, and he could be back for the Marlins in the next week or so. Until then, they need some pop. A couple of former teammates dueling here, and Lennon has Kearns 0-2. And he goes upstairs to strike him out.
Great job of damage control by John Lennon in the first.
And that happened about as quickly as it possibly could with the Twin killing. Of wiggling out of what it could have been a big inning. For the Marlins, see your authorized Dodge dealer and experience a world of performance design and fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive or go to Dodge.com and check out our powerful lineup. Adam LaRoche over his 10-game streak, 16 base hits and nearly an RBI per game. Michael Morse on the bench with an 11-game streak. We'll see him tonight. And Bryce Harper not in the lineup against a left-hander this afternoon, but those guys will be in there tonight against Josh Johnson. It's 22-year-old Brad Hand. He pitched twice here last year, 3 2/3 the first time, just 4 innings the second time. He got a decision in the second one, 0-1 against the Nats with a 4.70 ERA.
Yeah, called up from AAA New Orleans. And last time out there on the 29th of July, gave up just 1 run in 6 innings on 4 hits, struck out 9 and walked 2. Through 94 pitches, 58 for strikes. So fastball, curveball, change, 3-pitch guy. Fastball in the low 90s.
6'3", 220 they list him. He's a former Minnesota Player of the Year out of a Minneapolis suburb called Chaska. And he was selected by Florida then in the second round of the 08 draft. So he was 1-8 at the big league level in 12 starts last year. Danny Espinosa in a bit of a skid trying to hit his way out of it here. And he will be punched out. Espinosa 0 for 11 in the Philadelphia series, and he's having a hard time believing that call.
A high strike right there.
Wow.
And did it come back? Didn't look like it according to pitch track. Let's see where it crosses. You could just tell by the way he took that there was no doubt in Danny Espinosa's mind that that was a ball.
So here's Lombardozzi, another switch hitter, batting .204 from the right side, and that's up and away. And Lombardozzi will pop it up to the right side. Steve sets up with his hands extremely low. And I think the one thing he's going to have to work on at the big league level is getting over the top of that ball, hitting more ground balls and line drives.
Let's set the defense for the Marlins behind Mr. Hand. Solano, Hernandez, Kearns in the outfield. Reyes Murphy on the left side. Bonifacio Lee on the right side. And Brett Hayes doing the catching.
Marlins are 10th in the league in defense. And over the years, they've had a hard time defending Ryan Zimmerman, who's hitting .361 against Florida pitching over the last nearly 3 years. So check it out. Discover Kia's full lineup of high-quality, stylish, and dependable vehicles. To learn more, visit Kia.com. 7 homers, 20 RBIs. Pardon me, 20 runs, 18 RBIs to go with it.
He likes fish.
That ball's well hit to right. And it is over the head of Austin Kearns. And then it spins over the wall for a ground rule double. Kearns pulled up and tried to fool everybody into thinking he was going to catch that ball. And so Ryan Zimmerman, since 2010, continues to fish effectively.
Yeah, 23rd double of the season, 91-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle. Maybe on the outer half. Zimmerman getting that leg kick up early, foot down early, extension. Kearns with a little deke right there at the end. You were thinking he might run that down, but a 2-out double for Ryan Zimmerman, and there goes a no-hitter.
Austin puts his glove up, and the ball was 20 feet behind him. So here's Jason Worth. Made a nice return last night with a base hit and an RBI grounder. And he'll take a strike call there. Worth is 1 for 4 career. By the way, Ryan Zimmerman now against Brad Hand is 5 for 5 career with that hit.
And Zimmerman and Kearns good friends, and that was like one friend deking the other that he's going to catch the ball even though he knew it was over his head.
Austin's a very good outfielder. When he was with the Nats, he played a lot of center field. Good speed for a big man, great arm. Still can't forget that inside the park homer he hit at RFK many, many years ago. Guys got him at home plate and took that piano off his back so they could celebrate. He was gassed. Good guy. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's from Tyler Clippard's neighborhood down in Lexington, Kentucky. And that's outside. 84 on the change. 2 balls, 1 strike to Worth, who has 13 RBIs on the year. So Jason's had 101 at bats with 28 hits. Well, strike 1 was near the outside corner. That one was near the inside corner. And I don't think Jason likes it because Lance Barksdale just gave a rookie pitcher both sides of the plate.
Well, the one thing we know about Jason Worth, he knows the strike zone. He felt like that was in. Can't believe it.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Nats a chance to get that run right back here. And then Hand will step off and Jason will step out. Worth has a career RBI against Hand. That's outside, and I think Jason might have had it in his head. The count was 3-1 despite that call. Looked like he was ready to toss the bat and head for first.
Or get his glove and head for center. He might have thought that was a strike.
That was similar to the one that was thrown to Espinosa. So a 3-2 now with first base open. He will walk Jason Worth, and Adam LaRoche will have a chance to go lefty-lefty for an RBI here. Did okay against the lefty and Jason Hamels here last night, or Cole Hamels.
Well, he knew he was going to get a first pitch fastball, betting on it. And this one went far, but I think the one thing you look at is the balance throughout the swing. To hit a ball that far in the upper deck and to be that balanced after the follow-through. Tremendous amount of torque created in that swing. A lot of backspin with a high finish. And upper deck shot on a first pitch fastball. See if he goes first pitch hunting here today.
He's 8th in the league now with 20 home runs and just 1 out of the top 10 with 64 RBIs. Riding a 10-game hitting streak. And that's so far up and in, he doesn't offer. And Brett Hayes will visit his pitcher. We have an AT&T fact of the game for you. 4th career 3-hit game against a lefty. He's done it twice against Scott Olson, a former Marlin and Nat. And, of course, Mark Burley, who pitches here tomorrow. So a lot of synergy with what he did last night. So tonight, good matchup. Gio Gonzalez and Josh Johnson. Mark Burley and Jordan Zimmerman tomorrow evening. Strasburg and Nolasco on Sunday. 91 by him. 1-1 the count. By the way, if you're thinking about the weekend, the Braves are home entertaining Houston, struggling big time. Phillies are back home. Arizona is there. And the Mets will be at San Diego for the weekend. It's a fastball that rides high, 2-1. Suddenly this has turned into a long inning for Brad Hand, who retired the first 2 batters quickly. Adam LaRoche has never faced him. He was injured last year when the Nats saw this lefty. And he'll bounce it up the middle. Well placed. Base hit. Zimmerman scores. Worth to third. And the Nats come back to tie it here in the first. RBI number 65.
I mean, the RBIs for Adam LaRoche right now are like a pitch clicker. And they just keep coming frequently. Early and often today. How about this? Well-placed ground ball right up the middle. 2 outs. Ryan Zimmerman, good jump on second base. Give Jason Worth some credit on the back end for going all the way to third. So a little 2-out lightning here in the first from the Nats.
And now suddenly a big spot for the rookie Tyler Moore. Michael Morse getting the day off, and Davey Johnson sees an opportunity to give this young man some ABs, and former Nats pitching coach Randy St. Clair to the mound.
To your point about the Astros playing the Braves, they are 3-28 in their last 31 games, the Houston Astros.
They're due.
They're due. I like it.
Let's see who's pitching tonight there. Armando Galarraga and Tim Hudson. An apparent mismatch. Hudson 10-4 with a 3.68 ERA. Joe Blanton's going for the Phillies against Ian Kennedy and the Diamondbacks. And the Mets will throw 14-2 R.A. Dickey at San Diego against Clayton Richard tonight. So now the Nats could take the lead here. Tyler Moore hitting .290. He's had 100 major league at-bats with 29 hits in 45 games. First time he sees this lefty. Way outside, and Brett Hayes had to reach for that one.
First pitch changeup for a ball. As a hitter, you're sitting 1-0 right now thinking, well, he didn't throw that for a strike. He's got to come heater right here.
And he does with 90 inside corner. Third base Worth, first base LaRoche, who now has an 11-game hitting streak. Took care of that business early, as did Jose Reyes. And Tyler Moore will take that one low and in, 2-1. They play the rookie as straight away in the outfield as you can. Pretty straight up on the infield as well, the Marlins D. Another changeup. 3-1.
If you're a lefty command and control guy and a changeup is a big part of your repertoire and you're showing the opposition that you can't throw it for a strike, as a hitter you simply throw it out as soon as you see the rotation. You don't even worry about it and you sit dead red.
And that's way inside. The bases are loaded. This all started with Ryan Zimmerman's opposite field 2-out double. And now 5 hitters later, Mark DeRosa will step in. Ozzie Guillen, tough part of the season. Hanley Ramirez gone, Omar Infante gone. Giancarlo Stanton still hurt, but coming back soon. And a breaking ball, low and inside. And a good stop by veteran Brett Hayes. DeRosa pops it up. It'll get out of play. I think Logan Morrison's going to have his knee re-operated on. That was operated on during the offseason. That's a blow to their outfield. Gabby Sanchez from their minor league system traded after he was sent down. He's in Pittsburgh. And DeRosa will take a fastball high in the zone, and the count's 1-2. Mark is 9 for 62, but a lot better since he came off the DL. And he's a contact guy who's only struck out 13 times in those 62 at-bats. There's some contact, but it hooks foul. He was waiting for 93, and he got it. Pretty good play out there. So it's 1-2 still. Mark will get time. The Nats have forced Brad Hand to throw 26 pitches already. That's a breaking ball up and away. 2-2. Well, Jesus Flores, the number 8 hitter, a chance to bat here. Who would have thought it? DeRosa, another big cut, and back straight it went.
Marlins are having all kinds of problems. They're trading some guys away, trying to find ways, I guess, to rebuild. But after that Bryce Harper pine tar incident with Ozzie Guillen, they're 6-11.
That's low, 3-2. He's already walked 2 in the inning. Looks like that jersey is well soaked already here in the first inning. So Worth at third. Adam LaRoche with a big RBI at second. Tyler Moore with the walk. They'll all be moving here on a payoff pitch with 2 outs. And DeRosa stays alive again, enhancing his chances of getting a walk or a hit.
Yeah, borderline pitch right there. Good job of fouling it off, buying yourself another shot.
John Lennon got out of that first inning with 18 pitches on the double play ball. So they've got Hand up to at least 31 coming here. And DeRosa grounds it left side, base hit. 2 runs will score. The Nationals lead 3-1 on Mark DeRosa's best at bat as a Washington National.
That's exactly what happened. Got a borderline 3-2 pitch the pitch before that, 91 miles an hour on the outer half. Just got a piece of it to get to a center cut fastball in the bottom of the strike zone. Gets the barrel on the baseball, finds a hole. Big 2-out knock to put the Nats up 3-1. 2-out knocks with runners in scoring position are like gold.
Here's Jesus Flores. So the number 8 man will bat. Jesus is 0 for 2 career against Hand. And he's sitting on 18 RBIs. Nats catching core about to look dramatically different tomorrow when Kurt Suzuki reports from Oakland. And Jesus will take a fastball that tails to the corner.
Davey Johnson saying that Kurt Suzuki's probably going to be the number 1 catcher, but I mean, I think Jesus Flores did a really nice job commanding the staff.
On a pitch away, looked like the changeup. And so the Nats will come right back with 3 runs in the bottom of the first. Only 17 innings to go. 3-1 Washington.
And the Nationals lead 3-1, and there's no doubt, like you guys just talked about, that the young catching core for the Nationals has been great so far this season, including Jesus Flores. What Suzuki brings in this year is a veteran presence and experience down the stretch, especially in the postseason. Well, General Manager Mike Rizzo spoke today about the trade and what Kurt Suzuki brings to the team.
This wasn't a message-sending deal. This is a deal to improve the ball club and improve it not only for this year but for the future. And you know, when you get a chance to get a defensive stalwart like Suzuki and an energy guy and a makeup guy and a character guy like him, you know, you make the deal.
Both Davey Johnson and Mike Rizzo mentioned that Suzuki will be their #1 guy. It sounds like that is the case. And like he said, nothing against Jesus Flores. Davey spoke today about how Jesus is just his own worst enemy and knows that he's capable of doing so much and is trying to achieve that. But, of course, Suzuki coming in with a veteran presence and is going to add a lot to this lineup.
Steve Lombardozzi will call off Adam LaRoche for the first out, top of the second. So that's our AFCEA report. Visit AFCEA.org, the association for IT pros.
Well, Kurt Suzuki's a catch-and-throw guy. And I thought a couple of years ago in 2009, maybe one of the most underrated catchers in all of baseball. A high-energy guy. He'll give you a good at-bat. He'll stick his nose in there, a lot like Jesus Flores. Well, having a down offensive year, but I don't know how happy he was in Oakland. It'll be nice for him to get a change of scenery, I think. And, I mean, who wouldn't want to catch this staff?
You're right. So Donnie Murphy made a quick out. Here's Gorkas Hernandez, who came over from the Pirates. And a career minor leaguer, getting a chance to do some things at the major league level. 2 stints with the Pirates, 2 for 24 there. And he will take a big cut and swing and foul it. And the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gorkas Hernandez is 24 years of age, from Venezuela. Kind of an interesting trade from Pittsburgh. Along with him comes the 2nd pick after the 1st round next year, which is what they call a competitive balance selection. You cannot trade a 1st round pick, but evidently that they've called it a supplemental pick, but the actual name is competitive balance. And that was for Gabby Sanchez and right-handed pitcher Kyle Kaminska. So Hernandez, an outfielder, comes over in a rather unusual deal. And a 2-2 pitch is way outside from John Lannon, who's retired 3 consecutive batters now. On deck is the catcher, Brett Hayes. Hernandez originally signed with the Tigers at the age of 17. Ooh, close. Lannon's 2nd walk. Hard to get a measure of the strike zone early in this one. And be sure and come to the ballpark tomorrow night if you can. First 20,000 fans receive a T-shirt presented by Masson. 7:05 game with the Marlins. Centerfield Gates, the only place to come in and receive that promotional item. Nationals.com/tickets. There's Brett Hayes hitting 200, but he's 2 for 2 career against John Lannon. Their other catcher, John Buck, is 3 for 9 career against Lannon. Brett Hayes, 28 years of age and a .225 career hitter in parts of 4 years now with the Fish.
4 for 27, 148 against left-handers this year.
Hayes, by the way, is another one of those compensation picks we just talked about. Came to the Marlins between rounds 2 and 3 back in 05. And Lannon, another toss over. Gorkas Hernandez has stolen 161 bases in the minor leagues. That name sounds a little familiar. The Tigers once traded him to Atlanta with Jair Jurgens in the Edgar Renteria deal.
Well, there's probably not too many guys named Gorkas, so that's why you remembered it.
But there's a lot of guys named Hernandez. 1 ball and no strikes. He's running, And the throw by Flores, a little bit higher, he would have had him. So Hernandez into second base with one out. His third this year.
And I thought Hernandez had a pretty good jump. Jesus Flores makes this very close. Like you said, throw a little bit lower. Lombardozzi gets the tag down. Kind of flat-footed right there. He knew he went first move, and he had to get rid of it quick to make it close at second. And he just gets his foot in there for the stolen base.
By the way, a footnote on Kurt Suzuki, wrapping up our report from Christina a moment ago. He's 28 years of age and a .258 career hitter who can hit for power and doesn't strike out a whole lot. So that's kind of his offense. Hasn't hit for high average the last year and a half, but he's done some damage.
And one thing I remember about him from 2009 are these clutch. A lot of big 2-out knocks, a lot of big hits late in ball games. And right out of the Gio Gonzalez mold, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet your whole life. All kinds of Oakland beat writers tweeting after the trade today how much they're going to miss Kurt Suzuki.
Wow. 2-1 pitch. That's low. John cannot walk guys down at this stage of the order. Time to go after him and let that great defense we've been telling you about take care of business here. John did that against Carlos Lee after falling behind him, got a 6-4-3 double play ball. The key to getting out of that first inning. Then his teammates went out and got him 3 runs. So he's gone 3-1 on a 200 hitter here with a pitcher on deck who has 17 major league at bats. This is low again. Third walk. And now Hand can bunt a couple of runners ahead. Steve McCaddy coming out.
We're going to tune him up right here. Just looks like he's not finishing his pitches, not throwing through the target, kind of throwing to the target right now, easing up a little bit on release. Everything down in the zone. When he's good, he's throwing right through the catcher's glove. Almost like if the catcher was setting up about 5 feet behind home plate. And right now it looks like he's trying to throw it to Jesus Flores.
The hitter is Brad Hand, left-handed hitter. So John Lannon's up to 30 pitches now. Hand is 2 for 17 with a career RBI mark of 1, but he does have 3 sacrifice bunts. So Zimmerman and LaRoche are both on the grass to charge from the corners. Great speed at second base for the Marlins, and a catcher running at first, and that's foul.
And if you're Hand right now, you don't have to be that fine with the bunt. You got good wheels out there. You know, Hayes runs pretty good. You just saw Hernandez steal a base, so as long as that first bounce is in the dirt, you'll advance the runners. Doesn't have to be toward a line. Way up in the box, trying to create some more fair territory.
Man, what is up with trying to get some called strikes? I mean, John Lennon hasn't been anywhere near perfect this inning, but that is a tight zone. And if we want a 3.5-hour first game of the doubleheader, it's off to a good start. And then Hand goes stabbing at that one right down the middle. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Emilio Bonifacio, top of the order next. Pops it up. LaRoche lets it drop. That could be a double play at second. Yes! Adam LaRoche. A 3-5-6 double play. There's no infield fly rule on bunts. This is why they have it on pop flies. but on a bunt, the umpires let it go, and the Nats take care of the rest. Get your second room of flooring free at 877-241-LUNA.
Let's check out that play one more time. Adam LaRoche is heads up as it comes at first base. We've seen all of the physical plays, but how about this mental play by LaRoche? The key right here is making it look like he's going to catch the ball. As a base runner, when the bunt goes up, you have to freeze, almost go back to the base. So both runners right now can't advance because the ball's in the air. LaRoche makes it look like he's going to catch it. So not the runner's fault, but hands didn't get the bunt down. Nothing you can do if you're a base runner. Easy double play. Heads up by Adam LaRoche.
Yeah, that's a veteran move. And if you fans that might be new to the game a little bit, wondering what's the infield fly rule all about? Well, it's so that can't happen. On a swinging pop-up, you could turn double plays all night long. So here's John Lannon, who now has thrown 2 double play balls today, and they have come to the rescue big time. John, this year, 1 for 1 with a sacrifice as a hitter.
Well, even though he's been in Syracuse all season long, he's been watching the games, and he knows that this staff can hit.
You want to be on this staff?
You got to hit.
And off the end of the bat, and a fly ball out to left center. That'll be handled by Donovan Solano for the first out here in the second. For the achiever in you, solutions that help you achieve your financial goals. PNC Bank. We check in on Chin-Ming Wong, who pitched for AA Harrisburg last night, nearly 7 innings and 3 earned runs. Pitching to contact, 98 pitches, 2 strikeouts, a walk. Top of the order, here's Danny Espinoza. And Danny goes up swinging. That ball is carrying to right center, and Austin Kearns will cruise to it for the second out. Lombardozzi next. He popped up to the right side first time. So Brad Hand looking for a quick inning after the Nats made him throw 33 pitches in the bottom of the first. Right up the middle. And so that'll avoid the 1-2-3 inning again. And the last time the Nats did that, they went on to score 3.
Yeah, it all started with 2 in the first inning, so big hit right there for Lombardozzi, checking in, first game of a doubleheader. You always got to want to get a knock in that first game, something to show so you're not squeezing it and pressing in the second. A perfect swing. Palm up, palm down, getting on top, letting the ball travel.
What do you mean by the palms up, palm down?
Top hand, palm up, bottom hand, palm down, right at contact.
So that makes it a level swing?
Yep.
Nice.
It's good illustration to you. That was good TV right there.
Yeah, I liked it.
At least you know what I'm talking about.
Well, I guess if the palms are at angles, you're going to have an uppercut and straight up it goes.
There you go.
Learning something every day from you.
Yeah, watch how level the swing is. You want to get your hands in the strike zone as quick as possible. So from A to B, where his hands start, you want to get him in the zone. So right down to the ball, and then it planes out. And when you make contact, you're perfectly level. Palm up, palm down. Right hand palm up, left hand palm down. I mean, all the good
Did you learn
hitters.
that in Palm Beach with the Expos, or were they already moved along by that?
I never learned it. I just tried to teach it. But, I mean, all the good hitters, from where their hands start to the time they get into the strike zone, is as quick as they can get it there. And then the good ones, once it gets into the strike zone, keep the bat through the zone for a long time. So if it's a fastball, they're on time. If they're fooled by off speed, they just keep the barrel in the zone for a long time and stay through that too.
And 3-1 to Zimmerman now. Well, he stayed on the ball beautifully last time. Over the head of Kearns into the bullpen for a ground rule double. And that will be another two-out base runner. The Nationals today have had 7 runners get to first base after 2 outs in the innings. And that'll be Brad Hand's third walk. We'll go inside the numbers with Kia. Look at that, 43% nearly of all the runs scored with 2 outs. Third in all of baseball.
That's a great stat. It's a great number, and that's what winning teams do. 2-out RBIs, big knocks.
Check out Kia.com. Find out about their full lineup of high-quality, stylish, and dependable vehicles. So Jason Worth comes back last night, and in 5 plate appearances, he's on base 3 times. A base hit, 2 walks, and then one of his outs was productive. It drove in a run last night with a ground ball to the right side.
Let's see if Hand falls into a pattern right here. So far, if he misses with the first pitch changeup, he comes back with a fastball, usually on the inner half.
Counts even, 1-1. And Worth turns on that one. High drive near the foul pole. And it will hook about 15 or so feet to the left of it. Jason's hit 3 home runs this year.
Funny about that swing right there. Hand has been sitting at 91, 92 with his fastball. This pitch is 88. So the 2 or 3 miles an hour he took off that pitch got Worth out in front just enough for that ball to be foul.
This kind of illustrates what Rick Eckstein was talking about around the cage yesterday. He likes the way Jason is getting to the ball and would like to see him pull it for damage when needed. And that'll be a ball that he was reaching for. Carlos Lee over there, and he'll gladly be called off by Emilio Bonifacio. The Nats have stranded 4, but they've scored 3. 2-run lead so far.
Fazio, he caught that routine pop-up for the third out. You remember Milwaukee when Edwin Jackson threw the ball to the kid in the stands? It led to at least 1 or 2 runs for the Nats. Good rally karma. Well, right there, he goes with the deke to the Nationals fans, and I'm just saying that's bad rally karma. That's bad karma for the Marlins.
Well, he leads off.
Some kid over there waiting for a ball, thinking he's going to get one, and you pull the deke on him? It's not cool.
He walked and scored first time. Well, when the Nats first traded him to the Marlins in the Josh Willingham deal, he just wore the Washington pitching staff out, especially in Florida. And I have a former partner up here who just really didn't like that smirk he always seemed to have on his face when he was doing well against our ball club. It's a good thing Rob Dibble never pitched against Emilio Bonifacio. It could have gotten ugly. But he's one of those guys, you don't like him a whole lot if he's on the other team. But if he's going good and does the things he's capable of doing, you'd love to have him leading off for you. I mean, this guy's one of the fastest in baseball. If he hits, he gets on. Espinosa's going to charge it and throw him out by 2 steps, and that hardly ever happens. He's out by that much. Place a deposit on a full season ticket plan for next year. And if the Nats make it to the postseason this season, you have ticket purchase priority. Go to nationals.com/2013 or call 202-675-NATS. The offer expires in 12 days on September 15th. Some restrictions apply.
And there's plenty of room on the bandwagon. Why wouldn't you want to get season tickets to watch this club play next year?
Pardon me, it's not September 3rd yet. What am I talking about? It's another month and 12 days.
Well, I wouldn't correct you because I never know what day it is.
That ball is just foul off the bat of Donovan Solano.
Oh, you got to make that play. Come on.
No balls, 2 strikes. Solano blooped a single to right center that set up their bases loaded, none out situation. Reyes followed with a bunt base hit, but that double play ball off the bat of Carlos Lee really turned around John Lannon's day. And now he has his 2nd strikeout as he handcuffs Solano with a good fastball.
89 miles an hour on the inner half. Maybe the top of the zone. Good frame by Flores to bring it back down.
On the Nissan pitch track, get to Nissan Summer Saving Days. It ends September 4th. Visit ChooseNissan.com. Hurry into your local Nissan dealer. Jose Reyes has a 21-game streak now, and it's the longest in the National League this year. Pablo Sandoval had a 20, Angel Pagan had a 20, and John Lannon gets the best number of all for a pitcher, a 1-2-3 in the top of the 3rd.
Bad karma.
internet at Cox.com. Check it out today. They bring you our game summary. Ryan Zimmerman got a 3-run rally going with a 2-out double in the first. Adam LaRoche, RBI number 65. Some great 2-out offense today.
Yeah, 2 outs, nothing brewing. Ryan Zimmerman walks up, double over Austin Kearns head and right. Adam LaRoche with just a lousy 2-out RBI single. Mark DeRosa with a great at-bat, following off a couple of pitches. Got a 3-2 pitch down the middle. Base hit to left, smiles around. 2-out Lightning in the first for the Nats.
Mark DeRosa goes from 3 RBIs on the year to 5 with 1 swing, and here's LaRoche. And a front door breaking ball drops in there. Odd starting time. First pitch at 4:06 today. The sun's been in and out, but there are some shadows now creeping from the third baseline, heading for the batter's box and the mound. So it's always good to have a lead in an afternoon game at this time. Well, it's good to have a lead anytime, but the hitting conditions could get a little tougher. 2-1. First 2 innings, 38 pitches. 27 strikes for Brad Hand. He has retired the first 2 batters of his first 2 innings. Adam LaRoche has walked 44 times this year. And he gets that one to center field. See you later. It is 4-1 Washington, and Adam LaRoche is on fire.
The 21st home run of the season. And is there any first baseman in baseball, period, playing better than Adam LaRoche? I'm talking at the plate, on defense, the big double play, dropping the bunt. RBI single his first time up, and 21st home run of the year, second time up.
185th of his big league career. He might, FP, be the best player in all of baseball who was not selected to the All-Star game this year.
But just complete game, too. I'm not talking about the great offensive season he's having.
Sure.
It's what he contributes on a nightly basis at first base, picking up his teammates. Made a couple of nifty scoops last night. Great play on the bunt today. Couple of hits, couple of RBIs. Stay hot.
Wow. Tyler Moore went up there hacking on a 1-0 pitch, and now he takes one after swinging and missing, and it's 2-1 to this young power hitter. He walked his first time. And now at 2-2, and Tyler took a big time cut in quest of his 7th homer of the year. Brad Hand gave up 10 home runs last year in 60 innings while going 1-8 with a 4.20 ERA. Big hit of the day, Mark DeRosa's 2 RBI single. And that's going to be a breaking ball that drops in on Tyler Moore.
Wow. You know, probably crossed pitch track as a strike, but the way Brett Hayes caught this, his glove almost hit the dirt. I got that down.
First out here in the third, and DeRosa coming in. That was quite an at-bat Mark had. Worked the count full, fouled off a tough pitch or two, and then perfectly placed a ground ball through the left side of the infield. That's on the inside corner, 1-1. So the Nats have out-hit the Marlins 5-2 early. And was 8-5 in 22 starts for the Zephyrs of New Orleans this year. Of course, several years ago, that was the Nationals AAA farm club before they went up to Syracuse.
And that used to be the Denver Zephyrs.
Yeah. And this one to deep short for Jose Reyes. Got him 2 outs. Mets had their AAA in New Orleans for a while. So tonight, it's Gio Gonzalez and Josh Johnson, Mark Burley and Jordan Zimmerman tomorrow, Ricky Nolasco and Steven Strasburg. Some really good pitching matchups in this weekend series. And then on Monday night, the Nats will open up and, well, what is it? Let's see. Let's figure this out. 10-game trip, 4 of them in Houston, 3 in Phoenix, and 3 in San Francisco. So that'll be one of the longest road trips of the year. Jesus Flores rocks one. Jose Reyes takes a hit away from him.
What a play.
Good swing, good play. 1-2-3 after the LaRoche home run. Adam tomahawked one out of here to dead center field. And after 3, the Nats lead it 4-1. Brought to you by Verizon Fios Quantum Speed. Introducing internet twice as fast as anything America has ever seen. And by Navy Federal Credit Union, serving the Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, the Department of Defense, and their families. Federally insured by NCUA. Well, up there around Georgetown, north of the Kennedy Center, some cool stuff going on, and some really cool stuff going on with Mr. Cool right here at the ballpark. Never in a hurry, Adam LaRoche. 5 total bases, 2 RBIs. Hanley Ramirez, a Dodger. Anibal Sanchez and Omar Infante, now Tigers. Gabby Sanchez to the Pirates. Randy Choate to the Dodgers. Edward Mujica to St. Louis. The Marlins say they've gotten some young players in those deals they like, including a young third baseman out of the St. Louis organization who could be Major League ready next year. Time will tell. But FP, if you're a Marlin fan right now, what are you thinking about buying season tickets for next year?
It's just one of the most bizarre stories in baseball this year. When you think about all the off-season moves they made, how excited everybody in South Florida was, number 1, about the ball club, number 2, about the ballpark. And then just trade everybody away because you haven't had success in the first half of the season. Just a weird deal all the way around.
Yeah, what's the plan? They were expecting immediate results. And there's still talk that Josh Johnson may stay, may not. And, you know, when we're doing home games and we know guys are down in the visiting clubhouse listening, and Josh, I consider him a friend, Oklahoma guy. There's, you know, don't want to go around spreading rumors and stuff, but there's been talk. But I tell you, a lot of major league teams would love to bring aboard an arm like that. We'll see Josh pitch tonight. But evidently, nobody is untouchable on this roster. That's the point of this whole thing.
Well, I would imagine that Giancarlo Stanton's untouchable. I would imagine that Jose Reyes is untouchable. Logan Morrison, guys like that.
You know, but they just picked up Carlos Lee. He got a base hit. Now Austin Kearns rams one to right center. And Mark DeRosa ranges over to grab it. Got a good jump. He's one of those versatile guys who can play anywhere on the field, and he grabbed that one in the gap for the first out. Some pretty good swings by the Marlins here in the fourth.
Good jump, good route. And if you played right field at all here, you know that's the part where the ball travels. So you heard the sound off the bat of Kearns. DeRosa recognizing that the ball was hit well, gave with it. Good play.
Donnie Murphy is next. He popped up to second base first time up. Despite 3 walks in the first 3 innings, John Lannon, actually in the first 2 innings, John Lannon through 3 innings only threw 44 pitches thanks to those double play balls. One by Lee and then one on the bunt, which might go down as the cerebral play of the year for the Nationals when Adam LaRoche let that pop-up bunt drop and then turned in a very unusual 3-5-6 double play to third base, then second.
And did you see all the panic in LaRoche when the ball hit the ground?
Oh, he was scared to death.
He just picked it up, threw it to third, double play.
Well, John, start number 130, and he has a chance for career win number 40 if he can keep things going. That game against Atlanta, by the way, got his career ERA down under 4, 3.99 coming into this one today. And a swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch, and John Lennon gets his 3rd strikeout of the day. 2 outs here in the 4th.
Yeah, change up down in the way. Like Donnie Murphy might have been looking for something on the inner half. Good pitch right here by Lannon. Oh, scratch that. That was a backup curveball. Well, it was a changeup initially at 80 miles an hour, but a curveball that stayed outside.
Gorkas Hernandez walked and stole a base his first time up. And Lee will bounce, or rather Hernandez will bounce one up the middle. Lee is forced at second base. And John Lannon, ground ball outs are his forte, leading by 3. Relay today. Civilians handing it off to presidents. Abe had the lead. Teddy, of course, gets the baton first. Did you have a good feeling about this? I did not.
Teddy, not a strong finisher. Never has been, never will be.
Father of our country checks in with the Curly W.
Well, they've been going Olympic thing, man. Maybe game 2 of the doubleheader, they just do some good old-fashioned boxing. Put the gloves on and go at it. I would pay big bucks to see that. Abe versus Teddy.
Like I said last night, as long as it's not water polo between those 4, I'm good.
George versus Tom. And just go at it.
And here comes John versus Brad. Lannon against Hand. Brad Hand here, bottom of the 4th inning. Flied to left first time. Pitch on the corner. John Lannon only 19 pitches to get through the last 2 innings. Hand at 66 pitches on the day now. 37 strikes. 4-1 Nats, top of the rather bottom of the fourth inning. They've out hit the Marlins 5-3. That was a front door breaker, and Lannon swung, and that ball didn't hit too far up from his hands near the trademark.
Emergency hack, fouled off, lived to fight another pitch.
And Lannon with a nice take. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the order next, Danny Espinosa and Steve Lombardozzi. That'll punch out Lannon. 3rd strikeout for Brad Hand. Bottom of the 4th underway. Season ticket holders get a picnic in the park tomorrow from 1:30 to 4:30. You must have an event ticket and a game ticket for tomorrow night to be a part of it from 1:30 to 4:30. Autograph sessions, photo stations, kids events, a whole lot more. There will be a celebrity batting practice event tomorrow.
Synchronized diving in center field.
Q&As with Davey Johnson. Synchronized diving.
Yeah, said Olympic-themed events.
Is that your assignment tomorrow?
I'll be out there.
FP Santangelo, a 15-minute clinic on how to get hit by a pitch and live to tell. 1 ball and no strikes to Danny Espinosa, who needs a hit. Danny is 0 for his last 13 and 2 for 31 now since the start of that series in Milwaukee last week. He was really hot coming out of New York and off the last homestand. Pulls it hard. There's a base hit, and he'll dig for a couple. Danny Espinosa checks in with a 1-out double here in the 4th. And by the way, he came into this game 10th in the league in doubles, and that's number 27.
And got the barrel of the baseball quick right there. Got a pitch on the inner half. Pulled his hands down hard. Pretty good effort right there by Donnie Murphy, laying out. Ball just hit too hard.
So here's Lombardozzi, and with those perfectly level hands, FP illustrated, singled sharply up the middle last time up. He's going to try to bunt for a hit. Not a bad idea with Marlin killer Ryan Zimmerman on deck. Zimmerman at his old tricks today with a ground rule double, a run scored, and a walk. And Lombardozzi will hit it to right center. Austin Kearns cruising. Nowhere to go for Espinosa. And there's that arm we talked about from Austin Kearns, who once, as a national, threw out a runner at home on a force play with the bases loaded on a ball that bounced in front of him.
Sounds like something the most interesting man in the world would do.
I know. He throws runners out at home from third base on base hits. So here's Ryan Zimmerman with the runner in scoring position. 2 outs, and Brett Hayes may be talking to Brad Hand about how to approach this guy. Jason Worth is on deck. So now that Worth's back, this is really becoming a pick your poison lineup to face when men get on base, and they're going to walk Ryan Zimmerman here in the 4th inning of a 4-1 game. Take their chances with Jason Worth.
Well, that'll get the attention of number 28 in the on-deck circle for sure. Not that he needs anything to fire him up after missing 75 games and checking in last night for game 1. But this definitely will.
So Ozzie Guillen will have his guys put Zimmerman on. Two on. 2 out. Jason Worth 0 for 1 with a foul out and a walk with a run scored.
I was shocked at how easy Jason Worth made the game look last night after missing as much time as he did. It was almost like he had no time off at all. And we talked a lot during his injury about how when you come back in the first week of August, how fast the game is moving, how everybody's in midseason form, and it's a tough place to jump back on, but he did it like he hadn't missed a game last night.
And running at third is Espinoza. It is no contest. The Nats rip off a double steal. And that ball skipped over there and almost went down the left field line.
Yeah, heads up play by Espinoza. Now it's decision time for Ozzie Guillen. Do you walk Jason Worth to get to the left-hander Adam LaRoche after he's got a single and a home run to get a left-on-left matchup? I don't think so.
What a great press the issue call by Davey Johnson, Randy Knorr.
I think Danny might have done that on his own. He got a really good jump, and if you get a good jump, you can go.
Here's Worth, 0-1. And he'll take that fastball low. 1 ball, 1 strike. So the Nats already on top by 3. Trying to use the Marlins' intentional walk against them. Breaking ball is in there. And you might remember last time Hand got 2 strikes on Worth. He just flipped him a changeup away, and Jason had to go for it. Close enough. And with LaRoche on deck, he fouled out to the right side. That was a similar location, but he went fastball there, 2-2. That's going to be outside. Red hot left-handed hitter on deck who's had a feast against left-handed pitchers the last 2 nights. 5 consecutive hits against Hamels and Hand. That's outside. The bases are loaded. 5th walk of the day.
Ozzie Guillen wants to know, was that a ball? Was it off the plate away? And I think he got the answer from Brett Hayes.
And Randy St. Clair to the mound again. Adams Day extending his hitting streak to 11 games.
Well, he's been doing it on both sides. Right here on offense, heads up play. Hand can't get the bunt down. He lets it drop. And even though the ball kind of checked back between his legs, no panic. Good throw to Zimmerman, who doubles up the runner at second base with a good feed to Espinoza. And then got a high fastball, a little backspin action. The only thing wrong with that was the play by the fan in center field.
Tough ball to catch. So, league leaders presented by Engility. Your mission, our commitment. Visit engilitycorp.com. And Adam LaRoche now, with 21, steps up into the top 5. By the way, he's hitting .461 during his 11-game hitting streak, averaging an RBI per game. And 5 home runs over that time. That's in the dirt with a breaking ball.
He's seeing the ball so big right now. Game moving slow. Recognizing every pitch right out of the pitcher's hand early.
3 good base runners out there. Espinoza, Zimmerman, Worth. Almost hit him. 2-0.
I don't know how it missed him. He got that big baggy jersey. He tried to get out of the way, and it looked like it was going to get his shirt.
And then he thought he might get one right down the middle on 2-0. It was up and in a bit. And the count's 2 balls, 1 strike. Marlins bullpen with Ryan Webb. And LaRoche will pop this one up to the left side over by the on-deck circle. And when you're going well, those get 10 feet out of play. Way up and in, 3-2.
Well, if you're Brad Hand right here, whatever you've been commanding the best today, you have to throw regardless of what the hitter in the batter's box has done to you the previous 2 at-bats. You have to throw a strike.
That ball was in off the plate. Adam LaRoche rifles it upstairs.
And a fastball in the inner half, 91 miles an hour. And how quick is the bat of LaRoche right now? You can't get in on him.
Adam turns on this one and fouls it.
And that was even further in than the last one, and that was in the third deck. Foul. 90 miles an hour, up and in, not a strike. And LaRoche hit it in the third deck.
I'd walk him.
Watch how quick the hands are. I mean, you can't get in on him right now. It's impossible. And you can't hit a ball any farther foul than he just did.
That gets this crowd going. Pretty good gathering at 5:30 in the afternoon. And LaRoche will foul one that almost gets up here. That's how good he's going. That's as close as we've come in 5 years.
Let's see how far this foul ball went. Third deck, second row.
Count still 3-2, so Hand has to continue to throw strikes.
Can't get in there.
Jeez.
Inner half's closed.
Tough way to get to 95 pitches in the 4th inning right here. So pitch number 10 of the at-bat is coming. And it's a little bit outside. The Nats lead 5-1. Adam LaRoche, 3rd RBI of the day.
What a great battle between Hand and LaRoche. And it was decided by about an inch. So Hand decides to go fastball away in a 3-2 count. Just misses away. LaRoche waiting around for the call. And when this game started, not a lot of people here. Almost felt like a B game on a backfield for spring training because of the early start time. I mean, the atmosphere in about the last half hour has changed. This place is rocking.
6 hits, 6 walks, and 5 runs so far. Ozzie Guillen with a double switch. This is still loaded, and Tyler Moore will face a right-handed pitcher. Double switch by Ozzie Guillen as Scott Cousins will bat ninth and play center field. Pitcher is in the number 7 spot, and that's 26-year-old Ryan Webb. High ERA in his 40 games.
You see the average against 284. Lefty's hitting 357 versus Webb. 3-pitch guy, fastball, slider, change. Good fastball, mid-90s.
So an early UPS call to the bullpen, and Tyler Moore will bat with 2 outs. Bases still loaded, and the Nats a chance just to take this game and just rip it wide open. Trying to set a good tone for the first game of the doubleheader and the series here.
Now Webb's got that good sinker. Throws it in the mid-90s, runs all over the place. Tyler Moore probably see a fastball in. He throws the sliders down and away to righties.
Tyler Moore 0 for 1 today with a walk and a called third strike. Wow, turning on one, and Bull Porter had to make a move.
Oh, he was thinking just like we were, looking for that 2-seam fastball in the inner half. Got it. Just caught it out front.
That's a breaking ball that drops right in. No balls, 2 strikes. Tyler, 101 major league at bats, 31 strikeouts. When he makes contact, a big, strong young man who can do damage. That one close enough on which to be hacking. Nats hitters today have done a good job with 2 strikes of keeping at bats alive. And Mark DeRosa, the ultimate at bat just like that back in the first inning. On a 3-2, a 2-run single. Gave the Nats a 3-1 lead after they'd given up a run in the top of the first. John Lennon has settled down beautifully since then. And Tyler will bounce it left side, and that is an infield hit. It is 6-1. Perfectly placed for his 17th RBI.
A good job of putting the ball in play with 2 strikes. Behind the count, fighting for a knock. Good play by Reyes going in the hole. But Tyler Moore runs better than you would think. A nice job with 2 outs. Another 2-out RBI for the Nationals here today.
Amazing. Bases still loaded, and here comes Mark DeRosa again. Foul tip on 93, so now we reset the runners with Worth, LaRoche, and Tyler Moore. 4 consecutive base runners here after the second out.
And 5 of their 6 runs today have come with 2 outs.
Only exception, the leadoff homer by LaRoche last inning. And a 1-1 from Ryan Webb. It's going to be a long 2 months here for these Marlins, huh?
Well, they got in late last night, and it kind of looks like it right now. I mean, they're a professional bunch. They'll battle you. They'll fight you. There's no question about that. But that long game with the rain delay in Atlanta, they got in about 5 in the morning.
Wow, look at that. The bullpen almost as much pitching as the starters over the last 8 games. SunTrust takes us inside those numbers. 2-2 to DeRosa. And a good take. And now the count is full again. And Jesus Flores is on deck. If he gets up there, he'll be the 9th man. Remember, John Lannon led off this inning by striking out.
Second time Jason Worth has been on third for a 3-2, 2 outs. Everybody moving.
Got to trot home last time. And DeRosa will take it low, and it's 7-1. Guys are piling up RBIs today, and not all of them are having to swing the bat. That's the 7th walk, and that includes 1 intentional, issued by the Marlins today.
It's a 4th walk of this inning.
And Brad Hand, the starter, still responsible for 1 more runner, Adam LaRoche at third. So Mark DeRosa with a 3 RBI day, doubling his season total. Jesus Flores hit the ball really hard last time. Jose Reyes took a hit away from him. And that's on the corner. Good for Mark DeRosa. First 3 RBI game in 3 years. Jesus Flores, 18 RBIs on the year. And that'll be strike 2. So the Nats in the first inning sent 8 men to the plate. 9 here in the 4th, and John Lannon could bat again. Counts 1-2 to Jesus. And they jam him to strike him out. Huge inning for Washington. Tacking on 3 more runs. It's 7-1. Somebody loves me as well as you. You get your share of signs around here. Nice going, buddy. And thank you, guys. By the way, we like it. We love a lot of runs, and the Nats by 6 right now. Kind of an unexpected deal here. But they were facing a pitcher who was 1-8 in the big leagues last year. But Brant had some problems with command, but great at bats on the Nationals side today.
Yeah, a couple of storylines in this game early. The failure to get the third out by the Marlins. They've done a nice job of getting the first two. A couple of big 2-out rallies by the Nationals. And John Lannon kind of fit in the same mold that he did against the Braves in his last start as a National. Struggled a little bit in the first inning, settled down after that, giving up just 3 hits and that 1 run in the first.
And the bats have come alive, but they haven't needed that many hits to score runs. But I tell you what, Adam LaRoche is doing right now, it's amazing. And he doesn't care if guys are lefties, righties, whatever. So John Lannon back to work for his 5th inning. 54 pitches, 30 strikes so far. He's only given up 3 hits. Brett Hayes, Scott Cousins, and Emilio Bonifacio for the Marlins here in the top of the 5th. Brett Hayes walked first time up. That was John Lannon's 3rd walk of the game and the 2nd in a row at the bottom of the order. But then that bunt double play engineered by LaRoche totally turned things around. And a chopper that'll be charged by Danny Espinosa. Quick exchange. And he's always got the great arm to finish, whether he can plant or he's on the run. And that's ground ball out, counting the double plays as 2. Number 7 for John Lannon today.
With every game, Espinosa seems so much more comfortable at shortstop. And I'm saying that, thinking he looked pretty comfortable the first 2 games. I mean, he's just doing it like he's been doing it his whole life. It's his natural position, making plays on the run. Going in the hole, going up the middle, turning double plays, making it look easy.
27-year-old outfielder Scott Cousins is next. Ian Desmond, you know, he's tired of watching, man. He wants to be out there. 292 in 50 games at New Orleans for Cousins, who was recalled on June 15th. 202 career hitter in parts of his first 2 years in the big leagues with the Marlins. 3rd rounder back in 06 out of Reno, Nevada. And he went to the University of San Francisco.
A good slider right here by John Lannon, left on left. Starts it right at him, breaks it right down the middle. Good pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Don't hear much about that USF baseball program. But he was outstanding there. Hit .343, was the West Coast Conference Player of the Year. And John Lannon out of tiny Siena College up in New York strikes him out. That's his 4th K of the day.
Either a 2-seam fastball or a changeup from Lannon. Looked like it rode down and in on Cousins to get the strike 3.
And once again, we thank our Washington area Toyota dealers, helping children receiving medical treatment with their families at their sides at the National Institutes of Health. Children's in at NIH, $37 donated by Toyota for every strikeout by a Nats pitcher this season. One of the great fundraisers they could ever dream up over there with this staff. And here's Bonifacio, who's walked, scored, and grounded out to short. Counts even 1-1. Late swing. Some surprising Getty up right there. Looked harder than 90, didn't it? One ball and 2 strikes. John has struck out 3. 4 now with Cousins. And keeping the ball down.
Well, you got a 6-run cushion. It allows you to take a deep breath out there, relax, stay with your game plan, pound the strike zone, and let your defense work.
Had him reaching. Zimmerman on the charge. You know what that means. On target, sidearm throw, and John Lannon is cruising now through 5 innings for him. How about some barbecue on a hot August afternoon? Becoming a normal thing around here. Bottom of the 5th rolls around. The Nats on top 7-1 in the first of 2 today and tonight. John Lennon will lead off again. You'll see a right-handed pitcher for the first time. He has flied to left and struck out looking. And that's a strike. These intelligent at-bats the guys have been having today forced Brad Hand in 3 2/3 innings to throw 96 pitches. Lannon taps it foul. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, there's different game plans for different days. If you remember what they did to Cole Hamels, they knew he was going to throw strikes, very aggressive early in the count. They knew they might get a fastball early, so you saw a lot of early swings. Today with Brad Hand, maybe the command wasn't there in his secondary pitches, so as a hitter you know that he's not throwing his changeup for a strike consistently. A little more patient. There's not a big hurry up there at the plate.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
So just a good game plan all the way around throughout the lineup for the Nationals yesterday and today.
Top of the order next, and Danny Espinosa got that rally going last inning with a 1-out double. And Lannon will guide one up the middle. Jose Reyes from behind the bag. Shortstop with great range, speed, and a really good arm. Sunday is Michael Morse bobblehead day. It's a 1:35 game, the series finale against the Marlins. And the first 15,000 fans through the gates receive a Michael Morse bobblehead presented by PNC Bank. The center field gates, that is. You must come through center field to receive that. Go to nationals.com/tickets.
That's a good one. I mean, they don't get better than that. Bat might be a hair too short, but other than that, everything else is perfect.
Everybody else is going to lighter bats on this team. So here's Danny. He'll turn around to bat left-handed for the first time. And as a lefty this year, .221.
A big part of that 3-run fourth was the stolen base of third from Danny Espinosa with 2 outs.
Yeah. Right after they had walked Ryan Zimmerman intentionally. And this one popped up over to the left side. Donnie Murphy pulls up, and he's right there to grab it for the second out. Fifth inning, Danny Espinosa's had 4 at-bats already. Lombardozzi will be next, and Steve is 1 for 3. He has popped up to second, singled up the middle, and flied to right.
We talk about the adjustments that rookies go through. You remember Lombardozzi when he got called up in September last year, maybe early in this season, very patient at the plate. Probably the last 2 months or so, he is not afraid to get on that first pitch fastball.
First full season in the big leagues, and 2/3 of the way through batting .264. Makes contact between 85 and 90% of the time. That was an 84-mile-an-hour changeup, and he had him out ahead. Jose Reyes will make the call. The Nats go quickly in the bottom of the 5th. They've done lots of damage today and lead 7-1, game 1 of the doubleheader. Why more people choose Cox high-speed internet at Cox.com today. Adam LaRoche, a huge day. 3 more RBIs, 67 on the year. Mark DeRosa, big early hit. John Lennon continues to impress.
They've done a nice job today, especially with the secondary pitches. The slider curveball change combination off of the fastball has been great, getting some punch outs with everything, whether he's climbing the ladder, throwing the curveball right here. And after the first inning, settled down. Biggest play in this baseball game by far, the 6-4-3 double play that Carlos Lee hit into in the first inning, with the bases loaded, nobody out.
That ball was hit hard right at Danny Espinosa. Nats have had a couple of other balls for RBIs that weren't hit nearly that hard, but perfectly placed on the infield. And as they say, that's baseball.
Yeah, well, John coming off kind of a rough start in AAA his last time out, and first 3 guys reach. 1 by a walk, 2 by singles, and you're starting to think, 3 guys on, plus my last outing. What's going on here? Probably a little amped up once again, getting a spot start, but then he gets a 6-4-3 double play, and just like we said against the Braves, all of a sudden the jitters go. It's the big leagues. It's where you're used to pitching, and it's just another baseball game.
In that game against Atlanta, July 21st, he gave up a bunt hit, a walk, a double, and a single in the first inning. 2 runs on 3 hits, but there was a double play ball in there, and John always has that capability. And it saved him that day, and it saved the Nats, what he did over the next 6 innings after that. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Donovan Solano, who has singled and struck out looking. John got him on a fastball inside last time, and he handcuffs him for a fly ball to right field. Mark DeRosa is there. 6th inning, off to a good start with Jose Reyes and Carlos Lee, the next 2 hitters. So the Marlins get 2 of their 3 hits in a span of 3 hitters in the first inning, and very little since then. RBI, none to be found. Their only run scored on the Lee double play ground ball. Jose Reyes has bunted for a single and lined out hard to Danny Espinosa. And that ball handcuffs LaRoche, but look how smooth he is. 2 outs. What a year he's having. But he's not doing anything at first base he hasn't done before. He's just one of the unheralded, under-the-radar guys in the National League.
Well, it might be a little premature to talk about it, but if the Nationals hang on and do what they've been doing all season long, you win a division, guys get a lot of credit. And there's usually some MVP votes for guys that win a division. And when you talk about that he's just 36 RBIs from, or 26 RBIs, 36 RBIs from 100 and 9 home runs from 30, and the average keeps climbing, why not?
Sure.
I mean, why not start that discussion in September if he keeps doing what he's doing and the team is where they're at?
Be a great story. And, you know, he probably didn't make the All-Star team, one of the reasons, because the Nats had a whole bunch of guys that did. Desmond chosen, Harper chosen, a couple of pitchers. Strasburg and Gonzalez. I know there's a numbers game, but he just might be the best player in all of baseball that did not go to Kansas City.
Well, you go 30-something, 100-something, and your average is hovering around 300, and your team wins a division, maybe one of the toughest divisions in baseball. People are going to take notice. But like I said, long way to go.
Yep. No swing, and it's 3-1 to Carlos Lee, who has hit into that double play and singled to left. And a bouncer, Zimmerman, to his right, just flips it from near the bag. Look at that. This infield defense is something to behold when you get to watch them every day. And when they do this, it's a privilege. Mason. Who but W.B. Mason? Right now it's all Nats. 7-1 on 7 base hits. Flawless defense again today.
Well, this one was extra special because Ryan was going away from the play into the Marlins dugout. And when you throw across your body like that, you have to start the ball on the other side of Adam LaRoche. I mean, the trajectory and the tail on this ball, when you're running away from a play and you throw it sidearm, you actually kind of throw this ball into right field, or at least the right field side of first base, to make up and compensate for the way that ball is going to tail. Then he started it high enough to where it just landed right on the money, and there was a look from Adam LaRoche at the end of the play. I mean, he caught it face high. It was a strike right on the money. He was just like, really? Like, you just made that look so easy.
Looked like Joe Espada, the Marlins third base coach, was mesmerized on that play. And so here we go, bottom 6. Zimmerman gets to lead off. John Lannon's averaging 11 pitches per inning over the last 4. And not a whole lot above that for the first 2 innings.
As an infielder, when you're on the run and you're going away from your target and you know you're going to throw it sidearm, you almost throw it to about 2 or 3 first basemen up the line from where the first baseman's standing to compensate for the sink and where the ball's going to end up. Almost like leading a wide receiver as a quarterback. Yeah. Even though your target is stationary, you're the one that's moving. Let's see if we can see it from this angle. I mean, just going away, underhand. He's done it so many times. I mean, that ball actually, if we were right behind him, you'd see the tail and how it sank right back to the chest of Adam LaRoche.
Zimmerman, sounded like a broken bat, severely jammed by Ryan Webb for the first out here in the 6th. Nats box score, base hits in the 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7 holes. RBIs all over the place, walks all over the place, taking advantage of the base runners they were given by Brad Hand and the Marlins in the early going. So LaRoche, 3 RBI day. He's on deck as Jason Worth, who's walked twice and has scored, steps in. A ways to go in this one. But when you think about Harper back in the lineup tonight, Morse back in, and Gio pitching, gives you a good feeling about the evening, as long as business gets taken care of here in Game 1. John Lannon's already freshened up the bullpen some, and at 79 pitches, he might be good for 3 or 6 more outs. Worth will wait for a breaking ball and just slam that one up the middle. And he's on base for the 3rd time in 4 ABs today. $200 to the Children's National Medical Center last time Adam LaRoche was up there. Every time a Nat hits a homer this year, that happens thanks to our Washington area Lexus dealers.
You want to hear some big breaking news?
Yes.
CBSSports.com is reporting that Cliff Lee was claimed on waivers by an unknown team, that they have 3 days to try to work out a trade for the left-hander.
You know, I had heard that the Phillies had done that, and sometimes teams will do that even with star players to test the market. His value probably shot up after the way he pitched here the other night.
Yeah.
So, that's interesting. Two balls and no strikes. Adam LaRoche 2 for 2, single, homer, walk, and an RBI to go with all 3 of those plate appearances. And I know, as you saw in San Francisco a couple of years ago when the Giants claimed Cody Ross, teams will do that to block other teams from getting that guy.
Yeah, the Giants just took him so the Padres couldn't get him.
And then he helps them win a World Series.
And they were pretty frank about that, saying that's exactly why we took him. I mean, obviously they like the player, but sometimes you claim a guy off waivers so the team chasing you, or the team closest to you, can't get him.
That's ball 3 to Adam LaRoche. This will be interesting in a 7-1 game, as hot as he is. Let's see what kind of pitch he gets with Tyler Moore waiting on a 3-1 count here. Just enough tail on that 94, and that's trouble for the Marlins. That ball's in the left field corner on the ground. Worth is being held by Bo Porter at third base. So Adam LaRoche has a double, and it's second and third, one out.
Alan LaRoche has a single, a home run, and a double. Triple might be hard, but why not right now when you're going as good as this guy is? And just reaching out in a 3-1 count. Looks like he just flared it to left, right? Look how far this ball carries.
Well, Solano was out toward the gap.
Well, he's a utility guy, but he plays a pretty good outfield. And I think, like us up here, he was surprised how far that ball carried.
Infield's in, bullpen busy again for the Marlins. And that's Chris Hatcher, their latest addition out there.
Looks like my old Expo teammate, Dustin Hermanson.
He does. And Tyler Moore hits a two-hopper to Jose Reyes. That will not score anybody. 2 outs. That time Webb did a good job of jamming Tyler Moore. So Mark DeRosa again. He has a 3 RBI day. And 2 outs has been his thing today. Mark DeRosa goes up hacking. So he's 1 for 2 with the walk and 3 batted in. Wind kicking up here late in the afternoon, blowing in from the right field side. That's a fastball that whistles inside. Folks consistently coming down Half Street most of the day. We'll have a nice crowd by the time Game 2 gets underway. And I'm pretty sure it won't be at 7:05. And DeRosa, big cut. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
A 2-seam fastball, good sinker, 93 miles an hour.
He was trying to hit his 94th Major League homer. Pitcher spot due up third in the top of the 7th, so this is it for Ryan Webb, who inherited a pickle back in the 4th inning, walked a guy, gave up an RBI hit. All 7 runs, though, charged to the starter, Brad Hand. DeRosa guides it to the right side. Bonifacio handles it. And the Nats will strand a couple. They've left 9 today, but they've scored 7. This one into the 7th. the Marlins, and Josh Johnson, 8-1 career against the Nats. Goes far Miami, 4.04 ERA this year. Josh is 6-7. Gio is holding opponents to a 199 batting average this year, and he's looking again for his 14th win, 3.27 ERA, and first pitch of that game approximately 30 minutes after the final pitch of Game 1. And of course, Nats Extra, Byron and Ray here at the ballpark between our games here today and this evening. John Lennon, that was his 80th pitch of the day. Faces Austin Kearns, who has struck out and lined out to right, and he swings through that one. Two balls and a strike. And of course, after July 31st, a player to be eligible to be traded has to be put on waivers first. So you expose him, and the team can pull him back. But Cliff Lee has been claimed, and that's very interesting. Fourth walk of the day for John Lennon. He'll face Donnie Murphy now.
And now he can only be traded to the team that claimed him. And if that trade doesn't go through, he goes back to the Phillies.
Right.
And nothing can happen until the offseason after that.
Donnie Murphy will take a strike. Pitcher's spot on deck. And there's Brian Peterson, who is next. And Lennon goes inside. The count's even 1-1. Nationals bullpen is quiet. That's upstairs. Maybe another base runner might get them on the move a bit.
Approaching the 90 pitch mark.
And that ball fouled back will even the count at 2-2. When you're out of the market, D.C., Baltimore area, Maryland, Northern Virginia, take the Nats with you. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Visit Nationals.com for more details and to order how you can see every out-of-market game live online on your favorite device in HD quality. Lennon, couple of ground balls already today for double plays, and that one just misses inside. And the count's 3-2. Ryan Matthews is up and throwing. Nats are at 7 pitchers now with Henry Rodriguez going on the DL. And a 3-2 pitch driven to right. And a ways to go for Mark DeRosa. Can't quite get there. Marlins will have runners at second and third and nobody out here in the 7th.
A pretty good effort by DeRosa. Had a good route to the ball, got a good jump on it, but the ball tailing away from him. Couldn't catch up, but watch the effort right here, just laying out for that ball. Almost got to it. And I think that Donnie Murphy pulled up at second base. Ozzie Guillen, trainer Sean Cunningham, going to come out and check him out. Let's see if we can see something on the replay. Nice piece of hitting right there in the 3-2 count.
Oh, right
and
there.
Something grabbed coming around first base.
And he's done. They're going to have to pinch run for him before Brian Peterson pinch hits.
Well, you would think that might be a cramp, and you never hope that anybody pulls anything ever, but it wasn't like he was full speed trying to change gears to get into second base. I mean, it caught him almost as he was gearing down for the stand-up double.
So Justin Ruggiano will go out to second base and run for Donnie Murphy. So the Marlins with the Nats infield back. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Lefty-lefty matchup here. And that's a wild pitch. It'll make it 7-2 and put another runner at third base. So that leadoff walk really changed everything for John Lannon, who had retired. Nine consecutive hitters.
Jesus Flores, a guy that we've seen block almost every pitch all season long. That one tough. Short hopped him to the screen.
And now the Marlins are just 90 feet away from making this a 7-3 game.
And that's going to do it for John Lannon. Davey Johnson out of the dugout already signaled to the bullpen.
Now it looks like John might go 7 or 8 today, but he'll last 6+. And another fine effort for John, coming up from AAA in a doubleheader situation and pitching beautifully for the Nationals this year.
Coming up from AAA and coming up big one more time.
When his team has needed him, John Lannon has delivered. For strikeouts, a couple of big double plays, stands to be the winner, and a 7-2 Nats lead. For starting lineups, in-game updates, and Nats team coverage you can't afford to miss, sign up for Masson Mobile Alerts. Text Nationals to 29292. So Ryan Matthews on with a runner at third base, nobody out. On a batted ball, the only way Peterson doesn't drive in a run is if he hits it right at Ryan Zimmerman or back to the pitcher. So the count goes to 3-0. They pulled John on a 2-0 count after the wild pitch. And Matthews completes the walk, second of the inning.
Justin Ruggiano coming into this baseball game. We were told before the game that He was having severe back spasms, and he wasn't going to play in either game of the doubleheader because of the injury to Donnie Murphy. Finds himself in this baseball game, and we've been watching him while Ryan Matthews was getting loose. He's been stretching the whole time.
Brett Hayes, the hitter. He has walked and a ground ball. So there have been 12 walks in this game today. Nats have received 7 of those. And the pitcher, of course, is not on deck. It's Scott Cousins, who's batting ninth after that double switch. Matthews misses inside, 1-1.
And this is one of those situations, a lot like in the first inning, where you'll trade a double play for a run.
Sure. Ryan Matthews missing inside again, no swing. And the count goes to 2-1.
That two-seam fastball, did he go? No, held up, not even close.
Well, even with a big lead, it doesn't take a whole lot at this stage of a game to allow the other team to kick that door ajar.
The way you get a foot in that door to kick it is by having free base runners getting on via the walk.
And a 2-0 pitch. Tough play, Zimmerman. Second base, wide. And it's a 7-3 game, and they should give Brett Hayes a base hit. They do. Another run charged to John Lannon, who's also responsible for the runner at second base. That walk charge to him.
And gets to the backhand side. Gets rid of it quick. Lombardozzi thinking about stretching for that baseball. Realized he was running out of room. Just had to keep it in the infield. So first and second, nobody out. It's getting a little interesting all of a sudden.
A walk, a double, a walk, a base hit. And now the bullpen gets busy again. Jesus Flores will buy some time. As left-hander, Michael Gonzalez is up.
Well, you were thinking the way John Lannon was going, you might be able to save your A bullpen for the second game if needed based on the score and how Lannon was pitching. Now all of a sudden in a 4-run game, you very well might see Storn, Burnett, and Clippard in game 1.
Ryan Matthews has to settle things down here. He's given up 7 earned runs in his last 5 appearances. Home run ball victimized him in Milwaukee. And that's inside. He was a 1.69 ERA guy in his first 32 appearances this season. And as a rule, when they put the ball in play against Ryan, it's on the ground. First one today it was just well placed right over the bag. There's one right up the middle. This will be 2. Lombardozzi gets a 4-3 gift. And the Nats turn their 3rd double play of the day.
Good call, talking about the double play, and it happened. Little two-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour. Watch the sink. Tough pitch to elevate. Tailor-made double play for Steve Lombardozzi. Just what the doctor ordered. Little ground ball up the middle, double play lane. Thank you very much.
2 outs now, and the hitter Emilio Bonifacio. He has walked and scored and then grounded out twice to the left side. Ryan Zimmerman, a brief visit. And even with 2 outs, Bonifacio could try to lay a bunt down. Marlins need base runners. Down to their final 7 outs thanks to that double play. And this target is way inside. And Matthews a little bit high with that one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, I don't know what Ryan Matthews calls this new thing when he comes into the stretch, but I'm just going to drop a vampire on him right here. Kind of like he's holding his cape closed.
Ball 2. Runner at third, 2 runs in, 2 outs here in the 7th. Donovan Solano is next. And the Nats are in a heap of trouble if it goes beyond that, because Jose Reyes is waiting.
Well, make him put the ball in play. Got to throw a strike right here. Locate a fastball. Maybe go with a 4-seamer so he can command it in the zone.
Well, I think we found out all season long and again today what happens to Nats pitchers when they let the ball get in play. The defense has just been spectacular. And meanwhile, Chris Hatcher working on his 2nd or 3rd inning of work out there. And a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. And a little tapper. Espinosa's got to hurry. He will. And he just gets Bonifacio at first base. Marlins settle for a couple. Time to stretch and give a little sigh of relief. Brought to you by Dodge. Go to Dodge.com or visit your local Dodge dealer today. On the banks of the Anacostia, it is Friday, August 3rd, first game of a doubleheader. The Nats led 7-1. It's now 7-3. And a lot of more baseball coming your way this evening. Jesus Flores. And then maybe a pinch hitter, then the top of the order. And Kurt Suzuki, 6 seasons with the Oakland Athletics, is now a Washington National. Mike Rizzo pulling the trigger on a major deal before the game today. And this 28-year-old catcher, FP, who you know very well, is on his way west to east.
You know, thinking he'll be here tomorrow. At least that's the word. But Kurt Suzuki, a guy that's a very good receiver, catch and throw guy. He'll give you a good at-bat, stick his nose in there. He's a high-energy guy, a character guy in the clubhouse. Anybody that's ever played with him or worked with him absolutely loves the guy. So a great pickup by Mike Rizzo and the Nationals.
Brian Peterson will stay in the ball game and play center field. That'll push Justin Ruggiano over to left field. He just came in as a pinch runner. And so Donovan Solano, who was in left field, is now the Marlins' third baseman. And they have a new pitcher as well. That'll be Chris Hatcher. Changing roster on a daily basis here in Miami. Hatcher, 26 years of age. And just 6 major league games prior to this season. Roger Bernardina to bat for Ryan Matthews in a moment after Jesus Flores leads off here in the 7th. Jesus Flores 0 for 3 today. Yeoman work behind the plate, to say the least. Just punished back there by foul balls all year long, but having a hard time getting any offense going over the last 6 weeks, and he fouls out. Bottom of the 7th is underway. Hall of Fame defender Rod Langway of the Caps will sign autographs. The Red Rockets will have a special pregame performance, and Slapshot will be roaming the stands in Woodbridge. How about Washington Capitals Day at Fitzner Stadium on Sunday? For more info, call the Peanuts at 703-590-2311 or visit PotomacNationals.com. Little ice to cool your August. It's like Drew Storn next for the 8th. And here's Roger Bernardina. Talked about him and Tyler Moore last night. Suddenly the outfield is very crowded. Roger 6 for 18 with an RBI as a pinch hitter.
I'm starting to think that Chris Hatcher is Dustin Hermanson in a witness relocation program. I mean, the same body type, too. It's not just the Fu Manchu and the facial features. Anybody that's ever seen Dustin Hermanson pitch had a fantastic big league career. But, I mean, that spitting image.
Roger Bernardino lifting one to right, heading for the scoreboard, and it is caught on the run by Austin Kearns with a very good play.
That is robbery. And Bernardina gave it a ride, got a pitch out over the plate. Good route by Kearns, always a very good defensive outfielder. Knowing where he's at, taking a look at the fence. I think that was the key to that play. First 3 steps, he had his head down. He knew exactly where the wall was. Ran into it pretty hard and robs Bernardina of extra bases.
Yeah, and if that ball's not caught and you make one mistake in getting it back in, Roger might circle the bases on one of those. There's Danny Espinosa, who's 1 for 4 today, with a very important double with 1 out in the 4th inning that ignited a 3-run rally and gave the Nats the 7 runs they now have. Espinosa hits one way out and way foul.
With 2 outs and nobody on in a 4-run lead, Donovan Solano's playing 4 steps on the grass to take away the bunt from Danny Espinosa.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that tough to slap one by him.
I mean, usually you don't bunt with 2 outs. You're up there trying to hit a double to get into scoring position, and you definitely really don't bunt for a hit when you're up by 4, and especially when you're heading the count 2-1. That's just some weird looking defense for the Marlins. I mean, that's where you play a guy leading off an inning that has about 8 or 9 base hit bunts in his pocket for the season.
Espinosa way inside. Danny's going down the first with 2 outs. That'll bring Steve Lombardozzi in here in the 7th. Second inning base hit by Lombardozzi. He's 1 for 4.
Well, stolen base definitely in play. Maybe not the base hit bump with 2 outs, but we talk about slam range. You want to get that 5-run cushion back to take away that 1 swing of the bat from the opposition should they load the bases.
And on 1-0, Lombardozzi takes it upstairs. And if this inning continues, Ryan Zimmerman will bat for the 5th time today. He has a double, couple of walks, 2 runs scored.
And Drew Storen's starting to get loose in the Nats bullpen.
Yeah, the Nats have already hit for Ryan Matthews, so it looks like Storen, another outing where Davey wants to get a full inning out of him. Had some situational appearances, 1 batter here and there last week, and some innings mixed into that. And Chris Hatcher slowing this game down to his speed. Once Espinosa got aboard with 2 outs. It got deliberate here, and here's a 2-2 pitch now to Lombardozzi. Right off the hands and an easy grab for Jose Reyes. The Nats have stranded 10 today, but they lead 7-3, 8th inning coming up. game for game one here. And the Nats trying to go 21 games over 500. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. So Roger Bernardino will stay in to play center field. That'll move Jason Worth over to right field in place of Mark DeRosa. And Drew Storen will be batting in the number 7 spot, where Mark DeRosa was able to drive in 3 runs today, 2 with a base hit, 1 with a walk, and it's the 8th game for Drew since his return.
And when you look at his repertoire, and it's a small sample size this year compared to last year, but fastball slider changed. This year throwing the fastball in the first 7 games a lot more than he did last year, 73% of the time. Last year, 64%. And throwing the slider less. He's also mixed in a couple of changeups to go with that. Fastball averaging 93 miles an hour for Drew Storen so far this year.
Donovan Solano, Jose Reyes, and Carlos Lee for the Marlins in the top of the 8th inning. Solano, first inning base hit, strikeout, fly ball since. And they're telling us that Donnie Murphy left with a hamstring strain between first and second base on that double back in the 7th. Storen with a fastball right in there. Pretty easy looking 94.
Well, that game he pitched in Milwaukee, that's when you started thinking, okay, back end of the bullpen's fine, 95, 96. Kind of got the snap back to the slider. He's still trying to build up every time he goes out.
And a 2-1 pitch. Well, we had a lot of long counts in this game. Both ball clubs have struggled in giving free passes. And that one's in there to fill the count.
93 miles an hour to a corner. Big 3-1 pitch to fill the count up.
Reyes and Lee the next 2 hitters, so a very important out to get here with 2 innings left in this one. And Storen will get a little comebacker. Underhand to LaRoche for a first out here in the 8th.
A pretty long underhand from Drew Storen right there. I was thinking maybe he'd run it over a couple more steps and just flip it to LaRoche. He pulled up about halfway, went slow pitch softball, and I think this one was a strike. Check it out. A couple steps, slow pitch softball, maybe a little high, ball 1. Outs and out, doesn't matter how it looks.
So here's Jose Reyes, who bunted for a hit in the first inning, extending his inning streak to 21 games. He lashes at least a double into the right field corner here. Jason Worth digs it out, and Jose Reyes has a 2-for-4 day. This game is not over by any means.
Reyes getting back to his comfy side. 301 from against right-handers this year, hitting left-handed. Just 223 right-handed against left-handers. First pitch fastball in the corner, double.
Carlos Lee coming up. He is 1 for 3 today with a clean base hit back in the 4th. One of the biggest sequences of the day Marlins right out of the gate, bases loaded, nobody out in the first. And if you weren't with us, Carlos Lee hit the ball right on the button at Danny Espinosa, who turned a 6-4-3 double play. The first of 3 double plays the Marlins have hit into today.
And after that, John Lannon settled down and had another very, very good outing.
And Storen goes with his slider and misses away. Now a step off.
And saw something he didn't like from Jose Reyes at second base. Looked back a couple of times. Second time he looked, he stepped off the mound and wants to change the signs with Jesus Flores. If you give Reyes third right here, he'll steal down by 4. I mean, but he's going to have to get a big jump. He's not afraid.
Lombardozzi leaning toward the bag just a bit to let him know he's in the neighborhood. He retreats as Carlos Lee fouls one right side out of play. And another slider misses. 3-1. Austin Kearns, a walk and a run scored last time, on deck for the Marlins. And then that one drops right in.
I mean, the only thing I can think of right now is that Drew Storen has better feel for his slider than his fastball. I mean, he's up by 4 runs right here. Maybe not commanding the heater and has a better feel for the slider to throw a strike, but 2-1 slider, 3-1 slider to Carlos Lee.
Yeah, it'll make the 3-2 pitch interesting.
Sometimes you ask pitchers and they'll go to their off speed, not because they're trying to trick somebody, just because they have a better feel for that than their fastball. And up by 4 runs, that's the only thing I can think for Drew Storen, is he feels that pitch better than his heater right now.
And he goes slider and misses. That's the 6th walk issued by the Nats today. 2 on, 1 out, Austin Kearns.
And we saw it last night with Tyler Clipper, the save opportunity. There were a lot of change-ups when he was behind in the count, maybe pitching backwards. Drew Storen doing the same thing here today.
Very possible the Nats will have to use Tyler Clippard in this first game. Kearns 0 for 2 with a walk. And Drew goes with the fastball, 93, but it's low. Steve McCatty. And one thing that Steve might be talking about here, FP, this is as slow and deliberately as I've ever seen Drew Storen on the mound. He doesn't have a whole lot of rhythm going on out there.
It's a process when you come back from surgery to get back in the flow. Only been out there 7 times, so every time out a building experience. But Steve McCatty going to ask him what he's feeling right now, and what do you think about this pitch? What do you think about that pitch? Are you feeling the slider better than the fastball? Well, what are we going with right here? Bottom line is you're 1 pitch away. You get a ground ball, you're out of this inning.
So 1 inning ago, this was a 7-1 game. Michael Gonzalez is up again. There's a good fastball, 94 on the inner edge. Guy tries to pull that pitch. It'll be a 5-4-3.
Well, when you have a good sinker, like Drew Storm does, and you need a ground ball, that's the pitch. Locate it down the zone and hope he hits it right at somebody.
Wow, all the way back to the screen. Both runners move up, and a base hit makes this a 2-run game. I'm going to call that a pass ball on Jesus Flores.
Well, he's setting up down and in. The fastball kind of cut across to the other side of the plate, but he did get a glove on it. Bottom line, second and third, 1 out.
Yep. Catchable ball. 2 balls and a strike now.
Takes the double play away.
3-1. Three walks in the last inning and a third have given the Marlins this opportunity. You know they're going to get a couple of hits along the way. Not even close. That was a tough pick for Flores. And the next hitter now will be Justin Ruggiano, who's been quite a story for Miami this year, hitting .355 with 8 home runs.
And the story for him today, we were told that he was going to play no games today. Not the first game, not the second game, had some serious back spasms. He went in because Donnie Murphy had a little hamstring strain. It'll be interesting to see if he's patient right here, because usually a very aggressive hitter.
Former Tampa Bay Ray, .226 hitter in parts of 3 years, and he's become an offensive story for these guys. At the age of 30.
Hitting .431 versus left-handers. .310 versus right.
And Storen throws a breaking ball, and that's a home run swing if you're ever going to see one attempted.
Oh, he hurt his back right there. Watch him break down after the swing. Watch Justin Ruggiano after the swing. Got a bad back, swings right there, goes to a knee. Kind of chiefing it out for the ball club right now, but he is not feeling good at all.
No balls and 2 strikes. And Storen gets him with a sharp slider. It was up. And now it's 2 down.
Now, obviously, big out for Drew Storen, the Nationals. Goes with 3 sliders to Ruggiano. And just look at the wince after the swing, and you know that he's feeling that back.
So here's Brian Peterson. Pinch hit. Last inning, drew a walk. Charged to John Lannon. It was the first batter faced by Ryan Matthews. Heath Bell is up. And Drew Storen throws one away, but it comes back so quickly. The Nats got a favorable bounce off of that rock wall back there.
That's a pretty good read by Jose Reyes at third base, knowing this team's down by 4 runs. They're within 1 swing of the bat right now. He decides to get aggressive right there. The inning's over. Right off the bricks, back to Flores, Storen covering. He'd have been out.
And, wow, Davey Johnson's seen enough. This is the second time he'll pull a pitcher in the last 2 innings during an at-bat. 2-0 Lannon to Peterson last inning. 1-0 Storen to Peterson this inning. Drew 2 walks, a base hit, and a strikeout in a very rocky 2/3. They have a couple of guys on here. In fact, they got the bases loaded as Jose Reyes reappears out of the dugout. I didn't think he was going to retire for the rest of the day. And Michael Gonzalez, after Drew Storen throws 22 pitches, only 10 strikes, will have some work to do here against Peterson, lefty-lefty matchup.
And Brian Peterson going to see 2 pitches from Michael Gonzalez. Fastball, slider. Fastball in low 90s, slider in the low 80s.
77 right in there at the knees. And a fastball up. Counts 2-1. Michael Gonzalez, 24 strikeouts in just under 20 innings. Spins in that breaking ball again. A little harder than the first one. And the count's 2-2.
I see him pumping himself up right there, talking to himself. Big pitch. I mean, this goes to 3-1. All pressure on Michael Gonzalez. He drops a 2-1 slider in there to make it 2-2. All pressure on the hitter now. Big pitch.
And on a check swing, a foul.
It's almost like Michael Gonzalez is telling himself, hey, I'm going to change the tempo of this game all by myself. Coming in with a little bit of fire. Love it. Talking to himself. Let's go.
Right in there with a fastball.
That's a great job right there. Big pitch, big situation. Michael Gonzalez ready for the task.
This was beginning to look like Friday, July 20th. All's well for now. Our pregame segment here, getting ready for a 7:05 game. That's not going to happen right around the corner for the second game of this doubleheader. It'll be a while, but it's the bottom of the 8th inning. And the Nats on top, 7-3. Zimmerman, Worth, and LaRoche in the bottom of the 8th. And there's no activity in the Nationals bullpen. Michael Gonzalez, a chance to stay in the 9th, maybe registered his 57th career save. Ryan's had a good day with a double, 2 walks, a stolen base on the back end of a double steal with Espinosa, and 2 runs scored. Facing Chris Hatcher. Fastball away. And on a pitch away, Zimmerman drives it out to center, and that ball is unreachable for Peterson. Rattles around out there near the 402 mark. It's another double for Ryan Zimmerman, and a 2-for-3 day on base 4 times. He really uses the park, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. All of it right there. Straightaway center field. Got a slider out over the plate. Good extension. Head down. And watch him roll the wrists. You don't see that very often nowadays. A lot like Mike Schmidt at contact, kind of rolling the wrists over, getting that backspin. The ball carrying all the way out to deep center field. Leadoff double here in the 8th for the Nats.
And that'll bring in Jason Worth, who's been on base 3 times himself. Like Zimmerman, he's walked twice, scored twice, and a base hit up the middle in the 6th inning, his last time up. Strike 1 on the corner.
Well, you want that 5-run lead. Jason Worth thinking about maybe driving Ryan Zimmerman in.
Sure.
But doing it to the right side. So if you miss, at least you advance the runner.
Yeah, the guy on deck who's almost been an automatic RBI in situations lately.
You take that whole grand slam drama out of the game that was just present in the top of the 8th.
And Worth will walk out of there. 1 ball, 1 strike, and a pitch low. Adam LaRoche, single, homer, walk, double today. 3 RBIs. Two balls and a strike. And Worth took a big time rip there to pitch up and in. Nats 7 runs, 10 hits today. Marlins 3 runs, 6 hits. John Lannon stands as the winner as he pitched for Davey Johnson into the 7th inning. Bryce Harper an afternoon off. We expect him to be back in there with Michael Morse against Josh Johnson in the nightcap. Outside to Jason Worth. I'll tell you one thing that's in midseason form, and that's his command of the strike zone as a hitter.
Well, they should just save everybody time and put 3-2 on the board right when he walks in the box. Because I think every at-bat today has been 3-2.
15 walks in this game, a season high in any game for the Nats or the Marlins. In fact, a lot of folks didn't take the Metro. They just walked to the ballpark today. 2 on, nobody out. That's 16 walks.
Jason Worth on base 4 times today, 3 via the walk. And check out Adam LaRoche, 3rd inning. 21st home run of the year. Got a high fastball, rode it out of here to straightaway center. You know what he did on May 17th at home against Pittsburgh?
Three-bagger?
He hit a triple. It was the only one of the year for Adam LaRoche. And today he has a single, a double, and a home run.
Strike one. Adam LaRoche in his career, 10 triples in 9 years.
I'm trying to look where the triple is out there right now, and it's just not happening for me.
Somebody's going to have to fall down.
Well, I mean, certain ballparks, there's triples out there. You look like in AT&T Park, the bigger ballparks where there's alleys and crevices and nooks, and maybe Fenway Park in right center field.
Yeah, ball would have to hit off a wall, and then maybe an outfielder overplay it and have it get by him. Right now, the Nats would love an RBI single or a double. And LaRoche will pull that one foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the 8th. Tom Gorzolani for the 9th, evidently. Marlins will have 8, 9, and 1 up, and their pitcher is back hitting in the number 9 spot after a couple of double switches by Ozzie Guillen today. And a 1-2 coming. LaRoche will spit on that breaking ball, diving down and in on him.
When you're locked, you're locked. Borderline pitches go your way. Everything's falling in.
Nats looking to deliver a knockout blow to the Marlins here in the 8th. And LaRoche will take it, 3-2. Tyler Moore has been on base twice today as an RBI infield hit. Pitcher spot is after that. Now we know why Bryce Harper was hanging around behind Davey.
He's probably asking him if he could hit.
Yeah.
Can I hit? Can I hit? Can I hit?
He's been known to pester a skipper or two in the dugout. Randy Knorr in Arizona last year and Davey here.
I'm sure Davey told him get loose if the pitcher spots.
And last year Randy had to tell him to get lost. He only got to play a couple times a week. Chad Tracy's in there too. Got the cap off so he can slip on the batting helmet real quick. And a 3-2 now. LaRoche will rope it and look out.
Can't get in there.
Hey.
He just can't. He's too quick right now. He's slow with the feet, quick with the hands. They've been trying to jam him all day. And even pitches off the plate that are in the mid-90s. He's pulling foul.
We've got a shift in the breeze here. Coming in from right field earlier, right down the Anacostia. Now it's blowing out to left. From the south, and a nice souvenir there. 3-2 again with nobody out. And LaRoche will spoil another pitch. He's so hot now, his batting average is starting to flirt with the 280 mark. Came in at 270. And the Nats came home on Tuesday night to play the Phillies. Adam LaRoche was batting 265. And a high fly ball right field. Didn't get under it by much. Austin Kearns for the first out. Runners have to hold. Next up will be Tyler Moore, and Chad Tracy has stepped out to the on-deck circle. So Tyler has checked in with his 17th RBI. As a big league hitter, he's 30 for 103 in 46 games. Also drawing a walk today. Gets into double figures in that category.
And Davey Johnson telling him it was going to be tough to get him at bats now with Jason Worth healthy. So what does he do? He comes to the yard today and he's in the lineup.
Bounce to third. Solano and Bonifacio go around the horn to turn the 5-4-3. So the inning unravels in a hurry. The Nats lead by 4 into the 9th. So, hopefully in 3 outs and pretty soon. It'll be Byron and Ray coming your way from the ballpark here. Nats Extra Post Game presented by WB Mason. When this one is over, and Michael Gonzalez was great against Peterson in the 8th.
Yeah, came in fired up, talking to himself, a lot of energy. A game that started moving slow, he changed with just his attitude on the mound. Made a big pitch, little fist pump right there. The guy that signed with the Nationals on May 8th as a minor league free agent turned out to be a big part of this bullpen.
Brett Hayes leads off the 9th. And then a pinch hitter, Greg Dobbs, will be next. Hayes today 1 for 2 with a walk and an RBI single. As Gonzalez goes to work, and when he came in, the bases were loaded. In fact, the tying run wasn't even on deck. It was in the batter's box. So he's in line for a save here. 3 outs to get. Spins a breaking ball. Man, he's had a great curve since coming in.
As soon as he got in this baseball game, just kind of changed the tempo. You see him talking to himself, fired up, throwing strikes. When you take the mound in a big league game, regardless of the score, you love a guy that comes in with tons of energy, and he always talks about it, mound presence. Just kind of the way he looks when he takes the baseball is, I'm coming right after you. Here it is, hit it.
One ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff man, 9th inning. Nats trying to put a W on the board and go up 3 on the Braves. They'll be starting their game with Houston in the next half hour. That ball on a hanger is hit down into left. Couple of bags coming up here for Hayes. So the Marlins are being very pesky. They did not fold up and go away in this one tonight.
The 6th double of the year for Brett Hayes. Got a slider down and in, pulled his hands in nice, good piece of hitting. And that's how the 9th starts, a leadoff double for the Fish.
And now Greg Dobbs, who's always been a great pinch hitter. this year. He's 7 for 28 with a homer and 6 RBIs. All right, it's a 4-run game. The Marlins would have to get one more base runner. Actually, 2 more for this to become a save situation. No, actually only 1 more because the tying run would be in the on-deck circle. And so Tyler Clippard, in a game that 2 innings ago looked like John Lannon might take himself into the 9th inning. Nats might have to use a whole bullpen full of guys now. Josh Johnson, Gio Gonzalez.
Well, the one thing we know is that Gio Gonzalez will not mind the responsibility of going deep into game 2.
Sure.
Should Davey Johnson have to use more guys here? He didn't care. He'll do it.
Lefty-lefty matchup, Gonzalez and Dobbs. And the first one is in there. And Dobbs all locked up right there. First career appearance against Mike Gonzalez.
First pitch slider, first strike. Second pitch maybe expanded a little further away. Dobbs thinking he's not going to double up, looking for the fastball. Gonzalez pulled the string. Good pitch.
No balls, 2 strikes with a runner at second and nobody out. And Dobbs laces one to left. First and third in the 9th. Nobody out. And the tying run will be in the on-deck circle. With the top of the order coming up, Emilio Bonifacio.
How about that at bat by Dobbs? 2 sliders, nowhere near, and he still was on the fastball.
Davey Johnson's coming out to bring in his closer. Who would have thought this would be necessary just a couple of innings ago? And of course, we all know that Tyler Clippard had a very long 9th inning with a couple of walks here last night. So this will be very interesting. Clippard and a contact guy with speed, Bonifacio, coming up. It's getting tighter. In the first to go up 3-1, then it was 7-1 and 7-3, but a couple of guys on base here in the 9th inning with nobody out. Top of the order, and Tyler Clippard will face Emilio Bonifacio, Donovan Solano, and Jose Reyes, all 3 of them unless somebody hits into a double play.
And if you're Tyler Clippard right now, you're not concerned with the base runners. You got a 4-run lead, so in your mind, you're thinking this is a 3-run save opportunity with Emilio Bonifacio leading it off with nobody on. I mean, you can't concern yourself about the base runners. Those runs don't matter. The only runs that matter are the 3 hitters you're going to face.
Bonifacio career against Clippard, 6 strikeouts, a walk, 1 for 9. Actually 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, 1 for 9. Well, let's see if Tyler Clippard is a little more aggressive than what we saw last night. And he goes first pitch fastball, and the hitter's way late for it.
And last night, Clippard using the changeup to set up the fastball. Looks like he might be using the heater to set up the change here today.
Target is in. Missed his spot as far as the width of it, but the height was good. And another fastball that Bonifacio couldn't catch up to. So at third base is Brett Hayes. First base, the pinch hitter, Greg Dobbs. Here in the 9th.
2 ways you can go right here if you're Clippard. Climb the ladder, see if he'll chase with the fastball. Change his eye line. Then go to the 1-2 changeup, or you can go the well right now. Go to the changeup away in an 0-2 count. See what he does.
Target is in. Looks like Flores wants the ball up a bit. Means fastball.
Here's a high fastball. Probably go to the change away.
Got a couple of schools of thought on these pitches, FP. Fastball, 94 or so. But a guy who doesn't have a whole lot of power, and you help him out if you go off speed and leave him a cookie.
Well, you remember the at-bat to Valdespin, the 0-2 pitch was in the dirt, so it didn't serve the purpose. So 1-2, he went to the changeup. Right there, he elevated the fastball, so now that sets up the change away if he wants it.
Yeah, good call.
It looks like he's going back in there with the heater.
And that ball, outside corner. They can't turn 2, but they get an out. Brett Hayes will score. Bonifacio did a decent job of hitting that ball the other way. So the 6-4 and an RBI for him, his 10th of the year.
It's all about outs right now. It's a nice job of getting in the strike zone. Well located fastball. Down and away. Bonifacio hit it to Espinoza, and even though it was hit crisp and they turned it perfectly, tough to double that guy up.
Yeah.
Biggest thing is you got 1 out in the 9th.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
When he's batting left-handed, I don't know how you double him up unless it's a line drive that picks off a runner. So here's Donovan Solano, who's 1 for 4 with a bloop single back in the first. It's now a 7-4 game. And Clippard, nothing but heaters here so far. And the 0-1, target away. That looked like his slider. 1-1.
Steve McCaddy thinking about a ground ball right now.
A ground ball and a quick dinner. Long look and a swing and a foul, strike 2. Well, the crowd kind of laying back, waiting to see what's going to happen here. They get that second out. We'll get some noise going here. Right now, probably 20,000 or so in the park, and a lot more coming in for the nightcap. Long ball game. Nearly 3 hours and 25 minutes of baseball here. The Nats on top, 7-4, 18 hits, lots of walks. And a 1-2 and way out ahead.
And I think that's the first changeup that Clippard has thrown today. And the other off-speed pitch was a cut fastball in the outer half to Solano. That was the first changeup.
And a 1-2 pitch with Bonifacio holding fastball. Severe damage right there and a foul off to the right side. First time Clippard and Solano have ever squared off. Jose Reyes has seen Tyler Clippard 10 times in his career. Couple of walks, but he's 1 for 10 against Clippard. And a high fastball, another pop-up, but out of play.
And Tyler Clippard trying to get to that elevated fastball that's higher than high. Teasing the top of the strike zone right now. Good battle going on between him and Donovan Solano.
Boy, ever since the top of the 7th inning, this has been a grinder. Runner goes. Swinging a grounder left side. Espinosa has to gun it. LaRoche with the pick. 2 down.
I mean, if you're an infielder right now for the Nationals and you let go of the ball and it's low, your heart doesn't even speed up at all. I mean, usually when you let a ball go low, you're sitting there thinking, please pick me up, please pick me up. But right now with LaRoche at first, it just doesn't matter. Look at that. Like it's nothing on the backside. That's a short hop and in between hop. No panic. Adam Kuhl once again at first base.
Carlos Lee is on deck. Jose Reyes steps in. 2 for 4 today with a bunt base hit 3.5 hours ago and a double his last time up. Crowd making some noise, a lot of them on their feet. First pitch changeup misses. And another changeup. That one gets the knees on that inside corner. So Reyes not getting what he's been watching from in the hole and on deck.
Pretty good frame by Flores. Bottom of the strike zone, gets a call.
Out of play. Strike 2. The aforementioned 1 for 10. And he goes changeup, and Reyes just able to bump it out of play. And a bouncer right side. LaRoche has done everything else. Why not the last out?
I mean, it's only fitting, right? You got to give him the game ball. 3 for 4, 3 RBIs. Hitting 276 now. He's got 67 RBIs on the year. And don't forget that bunt play that he let drop in a 7-4 game. That turned out to be huge. So I'm giving Adam LaRoche my game ball.
He's getting the ball, the bat, the cap, the uni, you name it. Adam LaRoche's locker should be full. Hopefully only 8.5 innings tonight left.